Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream. I hope you've had a wonderful Saturday. It is Sunday morning for me, so welcome. If you've never been to my, hi Tony, welcome friend. If you've never been to my live stream before, my main focus is money, and I want to teach you how to think differently, critically think, so that you can have generational prosperity. Now, if you don't know how this works in my live stream, I want you to know this, okay? I need you to focus. This is not entertainment. This is very educational, very informational, all right? I have a moderator. My moderator will handle anyone or anything that's disrupting my live. Next, I have talking points. My live stream is planned very thoroughly, so I cannot address every comment and or question that comes my way. Next, anyone who tries to monopolize my time by asking me questions that personally benefits them, you have a high risk of getting blocked. My live stream is bigger than you, and you must cooperate with the rules of engagement in my live stream. Next, do not DM me or message me after my live stream complaining about my bedtime mannerisms. I'm not here to be your friend. I am here to educate you, and I'm here to teach you about money flow, business cycles, and economic cycles by understanding history, by understanding money flow, and following money flow. I am not your friend. I do not need your approval, and I don't care about what you think. Do you understand me? Last but not least, I am here to help as many people as possible, so I'm going to ask you to focus and to tap that screen. Are we clear? If we understand each other and you see value in the information I'm bringing you, please tap that screen, give me love, because I'm starting off this live stream with the stock market, and I'm getting ready to blow your minds. Are you ready for me to get started? Please let me know. I'm getting ready to rock your world. Last but not least, keep your religious, keep your racial, and keep your political preferences out of my live stream. I want to be clear. I don't care about what you feel. I don't care about what you think. This is about money. Are we good? Now, yesterday I explained to you guys that, thank you. Yesterday I explained to you guys that the stock market last week, my new account, hello. Yesterday, I explained to you guys that the stock market had actually been pumped and dumped 2 times. And I told you yesterday, which was your Friday, that you were actually being set up for Monday for another pump and dump. I got the proof that after my live stream ended yesterday, which was nighttime for all of you, there's proof of what I said that just came out, that you were being set up for Monday on Wall Street. If you want to know this information, you got to tap this damn screen. I want to repeat. If you did not watch me yesterday, shame on you, because I have new information for you every single day. Friday, I told you that the stock market, you were being set up, primed over the weekend for a pump and dump session starting on Monday. When my live stream ended yesterday, the proof, the confirmation that I needed, that information came out. Do you want to know this information? I need to see that screen getting tapped. Welcome to Wall Street. Welcome. Let's get to business. Come on, guys, tap it. Let me tell you what happened. I stream 2 times every single day, okay? This is my first live stream. When this live stream ended yesterday, there was an article that came out. This article said that Apple, Nvidia, Dell, and others get a tariff exemption under new rules. Did you hear me? When my live stream ended yesterday, there was information that came out that said Apple, Nvidia, Dell, and others got a tariff exemption under new rules. Did I not nail it? I want you to think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. When my live stream ended yesterday, I told you you were being set up for another pump and dump. When my live stream ended, an article came out that said Apple, Nvidia, Dell, and others get a tariff exemption under new rules. Who are these people? Apple, Nvidia, Dell, who are they? Tell me their name. Tell me the names of this. Tell me the name of the companies that fall into this. Apple, Nvidia, Dell. Who are these folks? What are their name? What are they known by? Come on now. Who? What do you call this group? Apple, Nvidia, Dell. What do you call this group? Tell me, does anyone know who these people are? All right. Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Tesla, Amazon, Meta. They're benefiting. What do you call them? Come on now. Don't keep. Yes, Sean. Yes. Crimson, no. Sean, yes. The big seven. Do you guys know who the big seven are? The magnificent seven. Yes, 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 yes. I told you that you were being set up. Now, here's the thing. If you haven't watched me before, bye, Jamaican dude. If you haven't watched me before, I'm going to tell you why you watch me. Now, you must understand the critical nature of this. You must understand the critical nature of this. You know that the Mag 7 has caused the stock market to lose trillions of dollars. Why do you stop tapping? Don't worry about my moderator. My moderator handles business. I want y'all to focus on me. Tap that screen. Come on. Let me know if you're still with me. Let me know if you're still with me. Let me know if you're still with me. Come on, tap that screen. The Mag 7 was being blamed for the stock market falling. You guys were taking a hit. Wall Street was taking a hit because of the impact that the Mag 7 was having. Now, after major drops, this chunk of companies magically gets a trade exemption between the U.S. and China. Now, here's my question for all of you. Are you going to fall for it? Are you going to fall for this? I want you to think very carefully about what's been happening, okay? You have watched Wall Street just plummet from the sky, just fall from the sky like an asteroid. Trillions of dollars have been lost. You have watched Wall Street pump up the stock market by almost $4 trillion in 30 minutes off of a viral social media post that was a lie. Then you watched it drop again. Then 2 days later, the Trump administration comes out saying we're putting a 90-day pause on tariffs for countries that did not retaliate against us. So then the stock market went back up. Then the stock market fell back down. You have an angel and you have the devil on your shoulder. They have given you a deal that you cannot refuse. But I'm going to ask you this. Are you going to fall for it? Because money's shifting. How is it that the Mag 7 gets an exemption and the rest of Wall Street, thank you, Cal, the rest of Wall Street is imploding and exploding in front of your face? This is why I tell you I'm here to get you to think differently. You see, some of you people see, you see money and you want to run. You want to run to this money. You can't just run to money like that. You have to understand the bigger picture. If the rest of Wall Street is collapsing in front of your face, if the employment market is weak, and I don't care what they put in those reports, they can be creating jobs, picking cabbage, and telling you the employment numbers are correct. I'm asking you to look at the facts. Companies are laying off. The government's laying off. And magically, 7 to 10 companies get an exemption on Friday night after the stock market has gone up and down like it needs help. And this happens on Friday night, so you have Saturday and Sunday to get the rest of your pennies together right before Monday. Are you going to fall for it? Are you going to fall for it? If you are going to go for it, own it. If you're going to fall for this, I want you to own it. But I want you to own it being present. I want you to have full responsibility for your money decisions. Are you going to fall for this? Now, some of you have the skills. Thank you, Carmen. Some of you have the skills to play this. But some of you do not have the skills or the bank account to play this. So what do? I just told you what you do. You take a few steps back, okay? You go back a mile back and you look at the big picture. How many times are you going to fall for this? They do it for the currency market, okay? Currency markets. Yesterday, I talked to you about how they're telling you to go to the yen. They're telling you to go to the Swiss franc. They're telling you to go to the EU. They're telling you to go to EU, the European currency. They're telling you to do all these things. And then as soon as you get there, it falls. So now I've been tattletelling on people. I've been telling. They give you the Mag 7. Mag 7 on Saturday and Sunday. So that Monday comes in, guess what? How are you going to move with your money? You see, money is moving. But money moves two ways. Money goes from one person to another. If you want money to flow to you, you have to take full responsibility for your decisions and what you choose to do. And just because lipstick and a wig is put on a piggy will not change the fact that it's a pig. So what are we doing right now? Now, the markets are clearly being manipulated. Unless you have landed from Mars onto Earth and you don't understand, hi Carmen, if you don't understand the U.S. stock market, the markets are clearly being manipulated. It is blatant in front of your face. Now, will you allow greed to cloud your objectivity? And will you play this for the long term? Are you playing for the short term to go broke? Or are you going to avoid these money traps? Thank you, Sadidi. Are you going to avoid these money traps and look at this different? Because if you've been watching me the whole time, I told you don't try to bet on the horse. If you've been watching me, I said there's a different way to get this money that has less risk and makes more sense. And a lot of you like to bet and try to gamble on who's going to win. You don't have to bet on who wins to get this money. And if you haven't watched me before, shame on you, because I'm not telling you this information again. And if anybody in my live tells these folks who have never watched me what I said, I will block you. No, not treasury bonds. Treasury bonds put me to sleep. Don't talk to me about gold. Don't talk to me about silver. And don't talk to me about bonds. To me, gold is old. Now, gold is valuable, but gold is old. Again, thank you, Cal. That's following an investment paradigm that is obsolete, that is lazy, and that does not require you to get your hustle game up, okay? So now, U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency, did you hear me? U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency announces a list of goods to be exempt from tariffs from China, okay? China has 145% tariffs, okay? There's a list of goods that are now exempt. You have smartphones, you have PCs, you have servers, you have energy, you have semiconductors, you have pharmaceuticals, and you have critical minerals, including copper. I said copper. Did anyone watch my live stream yesterday? Did anyone watch my live stream yesterday when I told you about copper? Why did you guys stop tapping? I know I'm shocking you, but you got to be shocked and tapping at the same time. Shocked and tapping. Who remembers what I said about copper yesterday? Come on now. Where are my regulars? Who heard what I said about copper? Is there anyone from yesterday from my live stream that heard what I told you about copper? Nobody? Tony, I know you're in here, Tony. Tony. Tony, you won't get blocked, my friend. You hooked me up yesterday. Where's Tony? Tony, do you remember what I said about copper? Does anyone know what I said about copper? You won't get blocked. You won't get blocked. I knew it's a form of new goal. Electronics. China is in Chile doing a deal for copper. I told you yesterday. I told you if needed for ships. Thank you, Nessa. I told you yesterday that when Trump's tariffs hit China, it actually impacted their shipping and cargo industry. And China is a mega titan when it comes to cargo ships and shipping. And if anyone who knows Chinese history, you would know that China actually had the best naval fleet before Britain. If you go back into Chinese history, China actually had the world's greatest ships before England even came on the map. So why am I telling you this? Because China was actually doing something that they mastered hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. And when Trump gave his tariffs of 145%, and he had, what is it called? Port fees? What is it called? Port fees, the million? And he put a $1 million docking fee. Trump actually impacted that industry within China. So let me tell you what happened after that. When China's shipping industry got impacted because traders do not want to use Chinese cargo ships, they're going to American cargo ships. I told you yesterday that the U.S. is now revitalizing its shipbuilding, okay? The U.S. impacts Chinese shipping industry through tariffs, money flow, money leaves China, and money starts moving. The U.S. raises its hand after impacting China's cargo industry, and then the U.S. decides by executive order that we're going to start building naval ships. China then goes to Chile to get copper because China knows that copper is needed for the U.S. to build ships. Now, Trump has just announced, or the Customs and Border Patrol has announced, that copper is now exempt from tariffs. Now, let me get back to its chess moves. Now, let me get back to this. What are you going to do? Are you going to show up on Monday when the markets open with your money in hand? Or are you going to take a different approach? Because anyone who's been watching me, I tell you there's a different way to go about this because we are in different times. We are in different times. How many times do you follow the same pattern before you step back and realize chasing money will lead you to broke? You have to hunt for the money, and hunting requires strategy. Following the masses of people and what they're doing will not get you the money that you want to stack cash and to stash this cash. Because by the time you find out this information, it's too late. You see, the Mag 7 and everyone else who's in the know are already waiting for you on Monday on Wall Street for you to pour your money in. By the time you find out, it's already too late. So are you going to fall for this stock market trap, or are you going to take a different approach? This is a spiritual money question for all of you. It's a spiritual money question. What do? Can you control yourself? Can you think objectively? Do you have the critical thinking skills to analyze the fundamentals, the economics, and everything that's going on to understand what you do? I'm asking you to think. I'm not going to tell you what to do. My job is to train how you think, to get you to see differently, and you proceed at your own risk. But the stock market is made up of thousands of companies. Thousands of companies. Mag 7 is a small group of companies. How is it that the money flow is in the hands of a few companies when you have the whole other part of the stock market that's left abandoned? You see, when you put that much focus and money on 7 to 10 companies, do you understand the stock market is essentially rigged? The premise of the stock market is supply and demand. It's supposed to be a free flow. If it's not free flowing, if a small group of companies are the ones that's responsible for the value, and they're the ones who get a form of, what is it, cronyism? I think it's cronyism. This is stock market cronyism. Can you safely put your money in the stock market knowing that you can't diversify? You're being forced by looking at the numbers to put your money in the Mag 7. The rest of the stock market's falling. You want your money, so you're going to put your money into Mag 7. How can the stock market be made up of 7 to 10 companies when the U.S. economy is based off of businesses? Are you understanding me? If you understand what I'm saying, the magnitude, please tap that screen. The whole premise of the stock market is to have diversification so you can hedge your bets and you can end up ahead. If there's a concentrated pool of wealth that's in 7 to 10 companies versus thousands, do you not see something is off? This is not going to work. This defeats the whole purpose of the stock market. 1. 2, I've told you this before. When the stock market is being manipulated with, that means you cannot trust the information that's given. South Korea, I told you recently, South Korea, 5 years ago, South Korea made shorting puts. South Korea made shorting the market illegal. Recently, South Korea has just reversed. They reversed their position on shorting on their stock market. But they said that they would protect certain companies. Let me repeat. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, South Korea made it illegal to short their stock market. In 2025, they changed that law that made it legal again to short their market. However, there's a few companies and or industries that they want to keep stable so that they're not impacted by the free flow of the stock market. If you have companies that are protected, that's supposed to be publicly traded, then what that tells me is that I can't trust the business or economic fundamentals of those companies because the government is protecting them. Now let's move over to the United States. It's clear that there's favoritism and protection that's happening for the Mag 7. Now Mag 7 is great. Don't get me wrong. This is about money. But if money is being tilted in the direction of Mag 7 at the expense of the rest of our economy, Mag 7 is not the only people who make up our GDP. There's a number of small businesses and mid-sized companies who are a part of our GDP. So if wealth is being tilted in the direction of Mag 7, and you guys are sitting up like horses ready to release from the gates, you're all helping to rig the system. And in the end, you're setting yourself up to be screwed. Do you understand me? Because I'm not done yet. I'm just getting you started. I have something more epic. I have a more epic topic coming in a few minutes. But I want to make sure I wanted to plant this in your head. First, I was right. I want to repeat. This is my happy dance. I was right. I was right. When I told you yesterday you were being set up, I was right. Now I'm doing my dance. I'm doing my dance because if y'all don't know me, now you know me. Did you hear me? If you don't know me, now you know me. If you did not know me, it's a happy dance. Exactly. It's a happy dance. You know why I'm happy? Because I'm having the chance to impact you guys and to get you to think really, really critically about this. Okay. And anyone else, if you don't know what I'm talking about, either STFU or scroll. So most U.S. tech is assembled in China with some in India. Most of it is now exempt. Benefits NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Tesla, Amazon, and Meta. This was announced late Friday night. This was the setup for Monday. The government is choosing winners and losers in stocks. The government is choosing the winners and losers in stocks. The government is choosing the winners and losers on the stock market. Did you hear me? They're choosing. Now, is that called a stock market? You guys are asking me if it's legal. It's happening. It's happening. This is money flow. This is money flow. So when I tell you guys money doesn't disappear, money moves. Some of you guys think that money is avoiding you. Money doesn't care. And money doesn't care who you are. It will go to you. It will go to you if you are in the right location. That is what I want y'all to understand. You've been dealing with generational poverty. You got to understand, money doesn't care who you are. If you know how to ride economic booms, follow economic cycles, and shift, if you get right timing, and the right industry and make the right moves, you stack money. All right? You stack money. Now, guys, we're getting ready to get a little complicated here. We're getting ready to get a little complicated because about a week ago, a week ago or earlier this week, I explained to you all that there are some things that are happening. Okay, there's some things that are happening that if countries do not get to the table and they do not start negotiating in regards to these tariffs, what is happening is that some of these economies are going to contract. They're going to cool. And when economies contract or cool, it's the citizens that suffer. Because if people cannot have profits in business or people cannot earn a living, they become hungry. And I explained to you in the past that certain wars have been created because citizens were not able to earn an income. So when I talk to you about China in the EU refusing to sit down and negotiate with Trump, knowing that their GDP and their economy was going to collapse, I told you if people do not use their good mind, their good judgment, and come to the table quickly, it will possibly be at the expense of their citizens, okay? And I said if they don't negotiate fast and iron this out, I see signs, I see symptoms of what led us to World War I and what led us to World War II. Are you with me? Because I'm getting ready to dig in now. I'm getting ready to give you some information that's going to have some of you falling back in your chair. So when I say my live stream includes history and current events and economic and business cycles, I'm going to give it all to you, all right? But I need to make sure that you guys are ready for me. So if you can give me a sign, tap that heart, tap the screen. Let's tell TikTok that I'm adding value so I can get started. All right, let me tell you. Hi, Raquel. Trade. Trade wars have cut Germany's GDP by more than 1%. I'm talking about Germany. Yes, I'm talking about Germany. Germany has essentially been quiet, and I'm talking about Germany because I want to draw some parallels for you guys, and I'm hoping you can keep up with me, okay? Keep up with me. Currently, right now, because of the trade wars, Germany's GDP has been cut by more than 1%. All right? And this has been reported by an economic institute. The current tariffs, which are 20% or higher, will cut Germany's GDP 1 year from now by 1.2%. Now, let me give you some information. Before World War II happened, there was a 4-year period in which Germany's economy was collapsing. About 100 years ago, before Germany engaged in war, their country was on an economic decline for 4 years, about 100 years ago. Okay? Fast forward to now, all right? I'm telling you, trade wars are cutting Germany's GDP by more than 1%. The current tariffs are going to cut Germany's GDP 1 year from now by 1.2%. Germany is on track for year 3 of recession. Right now is year 3 of Germany's recession. I told you 100 years ago, before Germany decided to engage in war, it took a 4-year window for Germany to engage in war. We are right now in the present, in year 3 of Germany's economic recession. Before Adolf Hitler came, Germany was hungry. Germany's economy was suffering. I want you to see, anyone who listens to people like Ray Dalio, you understand that there's historical cycles that happens. I'm talking about real money people, okay? A man like Ray Dalio, if you know who that is, he talks about cycles. He talks about energy. We are at a critical point in time where things are lining up economically that repeats or looks similar to what happened before. That's the problem with history. Why do you guys think we say history repeats itself? But history does not have to repeat itself. That's why I'm talking about this. We have a choice not to repeat history. We only can avoid repeating history if people have the knowledge. Sister, I am not book bright. That's okay, Jason. Just sit here and listen. You don't have to be book bright, Jason, to listen to me. And you don't have to announce it to the world that you're not book bright. All you do is sit and listen to me, okay? That's it. Don't tell people that. Get educated. That's what I'm here for, all right? The U.S. is Germany's #1 trading partner. China is #2 for Germany. I want to repeat. The U.S. is Germany's #1 trading partner. China is #2. Tariffs between U.S. and China will bring German GDP down by 1.1% annually between 2025 and 2028. I love you too, Nora. So what does that mean? Prior to World War II, Germany had hyperinflation, Germany had unemployment, Germany had businesses collapsing, and there was a skyrocket of, personal bankruptcies? So there was before World War II, there was personal and there was businesses that were collapsing in front of it. Now, if you don't know that, it's happening again. It is happening again. Germany right now sees corporate bankruptcies soaring. Over 5,000 companies in the first quarter of 2024 filed for bankruptcy. Over 5,000 companies in the first 3 months of 2024 filed for bankruptcy. Over 17,000 consumers filed for bankruptcy in Q1 of 2024. It was a 4.8 increase. 2024 is last year. Trump just came into power this year. Trump just added tariffs on the EU and Germany. So if Germany is already falling, you add in Trump, you add in the tariffs, you understand what it's going to do. Now the EU, which Germany is a part of, the EU has aligned with China. The EU has decided not to come sit at the table with the US government. Instead, the EU has aligned with China to fight against the US. In the meantime, Germany is collapsing economically. It's almost 100 years to the date. Anyone who studies history, is there any, why nation secedifa? Anyone who studies history, do you understand what I'm saying? Things repeat because humans do not change. And if you're also a spiritual person, you understand that there are energetic patterns. There are energetic patterns that happen in your life. There's energetic patterns that even happen on land. I told you, Reds, you got to go. Reds, you got to go. I told you to keep religion out of my life. Germany has a history of certain things happening that causes a certain outcome. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying do not let Germany's economy collapse. That's what I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, whether they were communist or not, the outcome doesn't change. Whether they were communists or not, the fact is this. If their economy is collapsing and companies are filing for bankruptcy and there's hyperinflation, unemployment, and businesses collapsing, does it matter if they were communists then or now? I just told you what is happening. Again, if Germany collapses, the whole EU will collapse. Again, you're not on topic. You need to focus. You can't choose what you talk about in my live stream. I'm telling you about a historical pattern, money, economic history pattern that is happening in front of your face. And we are at a we're at the mark 100 years later, where the same signs are being shown. Are you saying we should invest more in Germany? What I'm saying is we should not. I'm not telling you where to invest. I'm telling you that if Germany's economy is not turned around, we are dangling with some possibilities that led us to some circumstances that were horrendous. You see, I told you I would educate you about history. Oh, Lord. Uriah ben Joseph, you are got to go. I told you guys you cannot have your own conversations in my live stream. I told you you cannot do that. I want to educate you about money flow. Money flow is leaving Germany. When money flow leaves Germany, there is a historical pattern of certain actions happening in that country. Are you understanding me? You can't have your own conversation in my live. You got to pay attention to what I'm saying. Money flow is leaving Germany because of outside global factors. Outside global factors are impacting a country that has a prior history of when they get so broke or so poor, they actually start engaging in aggressive activity. 100 years ago, right now, I'm telling you, the same pattern and the timeline adds up. The timeline adds up. None of you knew that Germany was in year 3 of a recession. Did any of you know that Germany was in year 3 of a recession? Did you know? Because if you did not know Germany was in year 3 of a recession, you should go, why didn't we know? We know China is battling. We know Britain is talking to the U.S. You know Canada's talking to the U.S. Why is it that we don't hear anything from Germany? Why is it that we are not? Germany is financially shrinking, and we hear nothing about Germany's economy. To me, that is worrisome. You know what's happening in China. You hear India. You hear about Saudi Arabia. You hear about Canada. You hear about Mexico. You hear about the EU. But Germany is quietly sliding through the cracks, and you don't know anything. Like last time. That's what happened before. Now you ask, how can this happen? How can this happen? I don't know how this can happen again. Should America be worried about Germany? What you all should be worried about is money and how money flow. Money flow can impact an economy, a nation, its decisions, and its activities. That's what this is about. Money. You should be worried about money. Are you worried about money? You should be worried about money. History is stacking in front of your face, and some of you guys are so caught up in reality TV and what some of these other outlets are telling you, you don't see what's happening in front of your face, and you only see it after it occurs, okay? So there is an insolvency rate. Insolvency rose by 22.4%. So in Germany, insolvency rose by 22.4% in October of 2023. So insolvency is going up. There's a global shutdown of the economy, and it's bringing high energy prices, high interest rates. Germany is dealing with high energy prices and high interest rates. Now, some of those high energy prices are actually happening because of the Ukraine-Russia war. I want to repeat. The high energy prices that German citizens or businesses in Germany are experiencing is because of the Russian-Ukraine war. Ukraine keeps hitting pipelines and tanks, and that is also compounding what is happening to Germany. So what should you do about Germany? I don't know. But what I'm telling you is this. I would keep my eyes open. Because if their economy keeps contracting and they're not saying anything, which is what happened before, then I'm wondering what's being discussed inside the country. Keep reading the script. Yes. If you're going to troll me, Jeffrey, do a better job, Jeffrey. Come on, Jeffrey. Do a better job. I'm asking you to keep a lookout. It is my hope that the economy gets back up and running, but Germany was experiencing a recession prior to Trump coming into office. So whatever went wrong in Germany actually started before Trump came into office. So if you like to study and you like money flow, I would start going back a few years ago to see what policies were put in place, who was in power, what was happening, what type of domestic and foreign investment was happening in Germany that is leading Germany to year 3 of a recession. That's what I would do. And depending on how quickly it's going, I would also be keeping the pulse of what's happening within that country. Ideally, I would like for everyone to come to the table and negotiate these tariffs so we can all get this money. But the longer that the EU prolongs having trade talks with Trump, I'm telling you, I'm side-eyeing. I'm going to repeat that. The longer that it takes for the EU and or Germany to come to the table to negotiate with Trump, knowing that their economies are suffering and their GDP is collapsing, I'm very suspicious. Because if I was Germany, I would have went to the US and said, hey, how can we fix this? And Germany is not coming to the table. The EU is actually aligning with China. So why would you stand on 10 toes, knowing that your economy has been sliding for 3 years? Why would you align there, knowing that all that's going to do is slide your economy down worse? This is how I tell you decision making is critical. You need good timing, but you also need good decision making skills. Good night, Nora. If you do not have good decisions, should we not be worried here what is going on? Gigi. Goodbye, Gigi. Thank you, Gigi, and goodbye, Gigi. You guys are worried about the wrong damn thing, which means my live stream is not the right place for you. You were worried before my live. You will be worried after my live because you live your life based off of fear. And anyone who wants to know how to stack cash, how to build prosperity, how to ride economic booms, you know that you need a clear, objective mind and you need an ability to understand history, patterns, and cycles. And if you're too busy caught up and you're fear mongering, my live stream is not the right place for you. So hello and good fucking goodbye. Anybody else who wants to get blocked, we're about money. All right. Last topic. Are y'all still with me? I know you're thinking. I want you to think, but your emotion, this is about money flow. Okay? This is about money flow. You get back to me. Come back to me. Let me know you're here. This is about money flow. Tap the screen. Good. All right. Gosh, man. It's like, jeez, people. Come on. Now, Saudi Arabia. The sister I never had. All right. Saudi Arabia has recently discovered 14 new oil and gas fields, okay? I want to repeat. Saudi Arabia has just recently found 14 new oil and gas fields. Now, if you listened to me yesterday, I explained to you, good night, Frederick. If you listened to me yesterday, I explained to you that OPEC and or Saudi Arabia is decreasing its prices. Now, if you listen to a company like Goldman Sachs and a few other financial institutions is trying to get the world to think that Saudi Arabia and OPEC does not understand its business. And they like to think that there's like a genie. There's like some type of genie that comes and decides what's going to happen to the oil prices. None of that's true. So any of you who are listening to Goldman Sachs or any of these other financial institutions who are trying to give you the impression that OPEC and or Saudi Arabia does not know what they're doing and they do not know how to manage their natural resources, I would tell you to book a flight and go to the Middle East. Go to Saudi Arabia. Go to the UAE. Go to Qatar. When you go there, I want you to see if they know how to manage this money. Because Goldman Sachs is trying to get you to believe that OPEC, Saudi Arabia, lowering their prices. Genies telling us exactly, Frederick, they don't exist. So if genies don't exist, that means people, grown people, sat at a table and they made a strategic decision based upon economics, supply and demand, to lower their prices because they are considering a broader picture. The broader picture is this: economic fundamentals. The economic fundamentals that are missing on Wall Street. OPEC and Saudi Arabia are using basic business economic fundamentals. So when they decided to lower the price from 90 to 60, even though they may have a higher trade deficit, they did it because they have product and they must move that product. Some of you cannot wait for Black Friday. Some of you cannot wait for Cyber Monday. You want to know why? You get good deals. So OPEC and or Saudi Arabia has decided to lower prices because they want to move their product. Only a fool would sit on liquid gold. No one would sit on liquid gold and just let it collect dust. Saudi Arabia, Aramco, is in business to earn money. So when you listen to financial institutions tell you that oil prices are tanky and Saudi Arabia has a deficit, the U.S. has a deficit. China has some form of a deficit. So why is it wrong for Saudi to run a deficit, but the U.S., we sneeze out deficits. We fart out deficits. We sneeze deficits. So when you guys are listening to these reputable financial institutions tell you, I'm telling you, it's manipulated information. It's manipulated information. OPEC, Saudi Arabia are decreasing prices because they want higher demand. And if you understand economics, the lower the price, the higher demand. And you want to know why? Because China has placed an order for May that is a higher allocation than normal. Why? Because the price was right. So do not listen to these so-called economists that have names by Goldman Sachs that are telling you that Saudi Arabia is tanking. They don't know what they're doing. Their trade deficit. Saudi has money. They have a surplus of money that will ride them through whatever deficit they have. Aramco has one of the most, if not the highest market cap out here. So do not fall for the rhetoric. Do not fall for the rhetoric. Okay? Do not fall for the rhetoric. So where is all this leading to? Well, Lorenz Love, let me tell you where this is heading. It's heading to you getting blocked. Goodbye. Block. That's where it headed for you, Lorenz. Goodbye. 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 So to drive all the consumer traffic to side. Who said that? Imoma, goodbye. Hello, Angel. Imoma, goodbye. Angel, you're cool. Imoma, goodbye. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. Now, what does this mean? Aramco have reported 6 fields and 2 reservoirs totaling 8,120 barrels a day. And this was announced on April 9th, 2025. So they're making money. Now, Saudi Arabia is also transitioning to other forms of energy. So I want you to know it's in Saudi Arabia's best interest to sell off the oil that they have found and mined so that they can take that money and move it over to other technologies that are in the future. You see, you think the Middle East is solely focused on oil. If you know anything about what's going on there, you would know that they're already light years ahead and they're making plans to safeguard their GDP and income earning abilities. They're not solely reliant on oil. They're investing in other technologies. But it makes sense for them to sell the oil that they have to get that cash so that when they're done mining oil, they've already shifted to another economic boom. What is my live about? My live is about riding economic booms. The Middle East has been riding an economic boom of oil, natural resources, and they are in the process of transitioning from oil to other technologies so that they do not lose their wealth. So if a country like Saudi Arabia and China and the US and all of these entities can ride economic booms, why not you? Now, for those of you who are used to me, you may leave my live because this is the portion of my live stream in which I tell people how to earn money. So anyone who has watched me before, this is your cue to exit. I'm going to repeat. Anyone who's watched me before, I am telling you now, this is your time to exit my live stream because I'm going to tell people who have never encountered me how you can ride an economic boom and make money right now. So those of you who want to know how to go from broke money to new money, you want to know how to make money in an industry that is booming, that's in alignment with the future. This is the second part of my live, and I want you to tap that screen and give me hearts if you're ready for me. Everyone else, you may exit. Anyone who wants to know how to earn six-figure income in an industry that's booming, that will allow you to have a 2-hour workday, earn daily pay, and get 100% of the profits, this is that time in my live stream. Now, I've illustrated to you money flow. I've illustrated to you economic cycles. Now, I'm telling you as a human being, as a person, that you can do the same activity that Tesla does, that Saudi Arabia does. And let me tell you the secret formula to riding economic booms. The first thing you need, thank you for the gift. This is my first time on your show. Thank you, OB. The first thing you need is right timing. If you're too late or you're too soon, you have missed the money. The second thing you need, you got to invest in technology, not anybody else's technology. You have to invest in your own technology, and it's cheaper than you think. The third thing that you need, you need information. I'm going to repeat. If you never watch my live stream again, this is your secret formula to generational prosperity. You got to have right timing. You have to invest in your own technology, and you need knowledge information. Let me give you an example. Okay. I told people, if you've already watched me before, leave. This is an example. Elon Musk was around during the early 2000 dot-com boom. Elon Musk was one of the co-founders of PayPal. Now, we all know about PayPal. Elon Musk sold a portion of his stake in PayPal, and he stacked bank. This man made bank during the dot-com boom. A lot of people went broke during the dot-com boom. Elon Musk did not go broke during the dot-com boom because he knows about timing. So Elon Musk sold his portion of PayPal because he was one of the co-founders, and he put that into another economic boom. That economic boom was EVs and renewable energy. Yes, EVs and renewable energy. That was also an economic boom. He made money from that. Then he took his money. He's ended up in space. So I'm giving you a real life example of a living person who is showing you how to ride an economic boom. If Elon Musk would have started PayPal before the dot-com boom, it probably would not have been successful. Timing is critical for you to stack this cash. Next, technology. PayPal, they had to develop the technology. Now, for you, you don't have to do what Elon Musk did, but the formula is the same. Right timing, invest in your own technology, use that technology and get knowledge and get this bag. Now, what am I talking to you about? You have a recession happening and you have an economic boom. The economic boom is happening in the digital industry. The digital industry is cybersecurity, AI, cell phones, automations, quantum computing, e-learning, AI. The e-learning industry is a part of this digital economic boom. Now, why am I talking to you about e-learning? Because e-learning is money, 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 money. It is money that anyone in the world can get if they got the skill sets. I'm going to repeat. If you want a six-figure income earning skill set in which you can have a 2-hour workday, get paid daily, and earn 100% of the money, you must listen to me. Just like you order food through your cell phone, you order dates through your cell phone, you order rides through your cell phone, You order clothing through your cell phone. If your cell phone is not earning you an income that allows you to have a 2-hour workday, get paid daily, and earn 100% of the money, you need to listen to me. The e-learning industry is a $1.5 billion daily industry. That is $1.5 billion daily. It is projected to double by 2027. So within 2 years, an industry that earns $1.5 billion is projected to become $3 billion. Now, how do you get this money? Well, I told you, right timing, the timing is now. If you wait to 2027, it's over. Next, technology. This technology is automations. Automations. What are automations? It means automatic. Just like your DVR, just like you program your DVR to record one of your favorite shows so you can watch in the future, that's automations. DHL, UPS, FedEx, they use automations. Tesla uses automations. Amazon uses automations. So there is an automated system that's cheaper than your cell phone, that's in the e-learning industry, that also uses AI. And because of this automations, and it's online, it actually sets you up to be able to have a 2-hour workday, to earn daily, and get 100% of the profits. Now, to get 100% of the profits, you got to have digital skills. Yeah, digital industry, digital boom, digital revolution, digital money. Now, some of you are used to earning pennies and percentages. This is a different ball game on income earning potential. You guys are not used to earning 100% of the money because you're used to receiving crumbs and scraps. So some of you are saying, is this a pyramid scheme? How is this a pyramid scheme if you earn 100% of the money? How is this a pyramid scheme if you earn 100% of the money? All the profits go to you. Next, how is this a scam if you earn 100% of the money? So now that I got your attention, this is not cold calling. This is not DMing. This is not affiliate marketing. This is network marketing. You with me? This is huge. There is a new way to earn money online that does not require you to spend money. I'm going to repeat this. You have an opportunity to have your own business, and it does not cost you anything to earn income. You want to know why? I told you. You invest in a system one time. That automated system is how you have a 2-hour workday. The 2-hour workday earns you money because you have 6-figure income earning skills. Just like your car comes with a manual. Your microwave comes with a manual. Your TV comes with a manual. This automated system that's already built comes with a reskilling program. I love you guys too. Comes with a reskilling program that teaches you digital skills, and these digital skills are 6-figure income earning skills. Now, what does this cost you? It's a one-time investment for your automated system. This automated system is already built. I have to tell you that. You don't have to build anything. You don't have to create anything. The automated system is already built. You get a domain name, you plug your domain into the automated system, and then you get taught how to generate an income without spending any money. Now, what is the price? It's a one-time investment of $100, $300, or $600. I'm going to repeat. It's a one-time investment. You get an automated system and you get reskilled for digital skills. They come together. One-time investment in your automated system gets you skilled and technology. 600 or 300 one-time investment. I need you to think about what I'm saying. Automations is what's used. I have a puzzle in my face. All right. Companies are using automations because it makes it easier for them to do their job. You have to work 8 to 12 hours a day because you do not have automations. You have to work 8 to 12 hours a day because you don't have your own business. You have to sit in traffic for 2 to 4 hours because you do not earn all of the money that your efforts go toward. So if you don't have 100% of the income and you don't have a 2-hour workday, that is the purpose of aligning with this economic boom. Elon Musk had timing, he had the technology, he had the knowledge. He went from banking, financial, to renewable energy. How do you go from banking to renewable energy unless you got educated? He got educated. So if you want to ride this digital boom and any future industries, you got to get digital skills. Stop spending time on hustles that don't pay you any money. Stop spending time on marketing gimmicks that you earn commissions off of. Stop spending time where you're not earning what you're worth. Imagine being able to earn $300 plus daily and not having to split that money. Now, you do not work for me. This is not a job. You invest in your automated system, it's your business. I'm going to repeat. You invest in your automated system, it's yours. You don't work for me. You earn 100% of the money. So if you're earning 100% of the money, it's your automated system. It has nothing to do with me. Who can do this? Anybody. You can be a high school dropout. You can be a corporate professional. You can be retired. You can be a stay-at-home mom. You can be in the military. It doesn't matter who you are. If you don't know how to earn money online, and you do not have digital skill sets, and you don't know how to stack 6 figures using social media, using emails, using funnels, you're going to be taught that. What are the skills required that's needed? That's a great question, Lot. Let me tell you what's needed. Let me tell you what's needed. You need 2 hours a day. You need 2 to 3 hours a day. You need Wi-Fi. You need a cell phone and or laptop or tablet. You choose. You need to focus. You need to follow directions. And you need to follow a simple blueprint. What does that mean? You will be taught everything you need to know for six-figure income earning skills. I'm going to repeat. There's no tech experience. There's no education requirements. There's no work experience requirements. There's none of that because none of you know how to earn money digitally online. So you're essentially starting from the same place. You need 2 to 3 hours a day, which is your work day. You need to watch videos, 5-minute long videos, teaching you how to do this. And you need your automated system. Your automated system is already built. So all you have to do is get a domain, plug your domain into it, log on to your video lesson. Step by step, you will be taught. Focus, pay attention, take action. What is take action? You follow a $0 marketing strategy. You follow how to attract your customer. You're going to be taught everything you need to know. And there's no hidden expenses. So once you invest in the automated system, there's no expenses. That is how you earn 100% of the money. E-learning industry is a booming industry. It's a booming industry. The e-learning industry is real. It is legal. It is legit. AI is real. It's legal. It's legit. Automations is real. It's legal. Legit. Online is real. It's legal. It's legit. All of this is legal. The only thing that you're missing is the knowledge and skill sets to ride this current economic boom. Now, what do? You want to find out more information? Everything is on my website. My website's on my profile. I'm going to repeat. My website's on my profile. You will be taught step by step. There is live mentoring that happens. I said live. Live mentoring means you get onto a Zoom call. You ask questions you want. What is your goal in what is the goal in attracting a customer? What is the great question, Lot? The goal of attracting a customer is that you don't pay for them. They come to you for free. Hold on, guys. Lot just asked a question, and this is my last question I'm going to answer for Lot. The purpose of attracting a customer is that you have not paid for that customer. That customer cost you $0. So just like you want to attract a man and you want to attract a woman, when you attract a customer, you have not paid for that customer. And that is why you earn 100% of the money, because you don't pay for marketing and advertising. You don't deal with shipping, drop shipping and all that. You don't have any of those headaches. It is basically freedom, time freedom, money freedom, all if you have 6-figure income digital skill sets. Now, some of you have no knowledge, no skills. Good news. You do this, you will have it. Some of you have to change and pivot because you can't get employed. Guess what? You got it here. Whatever your circumstances are, if you never had a chance to have 6-figure income earning skill sets, and if you never had a chance to see $10,000 in your bank account in 1 month, you've never had an opportunity to consider that because of your life, your choices, I'm telling you, because of the digital age, you now have a chance to wipe the slate clean, start your life new, and ride one economic boom to the next, but you got to take action. If you've seen 6 figures and you haven't been able to earn that income, you can do it again. Timing, technology, knowledge. The reskilling program and the automated system, they come together. I'm going to repeat, then I'm gone. The reskilling program and the automated system comes together. One-time investment. You can be up and running within 24 to 72 hours. And all you got to do is, instead of turning on reality TV, you know what you do? You watch a 5 to 15 minute video every single day. If you're sitting in traffic, you turn on the video and you listen to the video while you're in traffic. If you commute by train, instead of watching bullshit, you watch a 5-minute video. That's how you do it, because it's all online. And if you got a cell phone and you found a way to pay for that, you can't afford not to get this technology and skills. I'm going to repeat and I'm gone. Robots are coming. Automation is here. AI is here. Quantum computing is coming. How risky is it? The only risk, FG, is you. The only risk to this is you. Let me ask you this. When you learned how to read or write, was that risky? Is learning how to read or write, was that risky? Learning how to use a cell phone for the first time, was that risky? Learning how to run, was that risky? Well, some of you probably it was risky. Learning how to use a microwave, was that risky? Learning how to speak. This is an education. And education is never risky. Let me tell you the risky part. Lack of action. Lack of action. And you know who's responsible for lack of action? You know who's responsible for lack of action? You. If you can struggle consistently every day, that takes energy to financially struggle. So if you can take energy to financially struggle, and you can take energy to work in a dead-end job, what videos should I watch? Jules, goodbye. Goodbye, Jules. Very simple. You don't listen, you get blocked. You ask a foolish question, you get blocked. Very simple. This is a digital reskilling program. This is a digital reskilling program, which means it's comprehensive. If you went to school to become an accountant, you understand it's a program. If you went to school to become a nurse, you understand it's a program. I am telling you, this is a program that teaches you step by step, every day. A 4-year-old can do this. What you need to do to have a 2-hour workday, earn 100% of the money, and get paid daily in an industry that's booming, using technology that makes sure that you don't have to work hard and maximize your income. That is what I'm telling you. If anyone else asks me another foolish ass question, I'm going to go bombastic on you. How do you do it? You leave my live, you go to my profile, you go to my website. Is this MMR? What is MMR? What is this, like an MMR? What is this MMR? What is MMR? Don't ask me what it's like. Go find out. Very simple. Do not ask me what this is like when I told you you can go to my website, and my website basically tells you everything you're going to learn. If you want to know exactly what you will learn, It is listed on my website in donkey details. Did you hear me? My website's on my profile. If you want to know exactly which digital skills, what lessons you're going to learn, how you're going to get a six-figure income, how you can earn $1 million in 17 months. Why am I aggressive? Because I don't give a damn what you think. If you're weak, go. I'm talking about money, and I do it my way. This is my live stream. If you want to know exactly what you will learn, all you got to do is list it. Lesson 1, you learn this. Lesson 2, you learn this. Lesson 3, you learn this. Everything you'll learn is written there. There's nothing hidden. And it's all one price. Value for money. You do not work for me. Your automated system is yours. When you get your automated system, it is 100% your money. There's no commissions, there's no middleman, there's no boss. You are getting trained to be self-sufficient and financially independent in an industry that is booming. I'm going to repeat. You are being taught, which your mother and father could not teach you, which your professors could not teach you. You are learning in an economic boom how to be independent financially and personally. So if you don't have these skills and you are reliant on an employer, a man or a woman or whoever else is giving you money, you now have the opportunity, or the government, some of you get government handouts, you have the opportunity to become independent personally and financially by getting skill sets that are revolutionary, that are in an economic boom, and that will help you set yourself free. So you have a choice: broke money or new money, old money ways or new money ways. Old money ways are commuting in traffic, working for pennies and peanuts. New money ways, have your own business, 2-hour workdays, using automations and earning 100% of the profits. Most of you, if you don't work, you don't get paid. That's old. You heard me. You trade time for money. If you don't work, you don't get paid. Over here, you get paid and you don't have to work. Bob, website on my profile. You got to work for it, guys. Have a good night. Have a good night. I am done. I only give so much information. I told you the biggest risk is laziness. The biggest risk is lack of action. And when you ask me questions, thank you, love. When you ask me questions that you can get the answer to, I don't have patience for that. My profile has my website, and my website will show you everything you will learn. Have a good night. Thank you for your time. I will be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye.